Hi guys, welcome to Studios to Mentors. My name is Ketan. 10 days are left for Snap. Now, what should be your strategy for the next 10 days as far as your prep is concerned? So here is a quick chart for you. So we've got verbal section, which is 34 questions, 51 marks. It has got 1.5 marking system. Logic 36 questions, Quants 35 questions. Actually, it's going to be a little bit higher because you have 5 questions here called as special questions having 2 marks each. But I'm going to focus more on the marks out here. So if you if you look at this thing, right, this segment here itself is actually contributing the 2/3 of your paper. Okay, now there is no GK, so GK is not there. That's a sweet news that we have. Now there are certain predictions wherein people are saying that paper might get easy, paper might get tough, whatever. So we really don't want to think about it. I will be making the another video wherein I will be talking about the expected paper. So I'm going to give you guys one piece of an advice from my side as far as the expected paper is concerned. Now, for the next 10 days, as far as your score optimization strategy is concerned, the main thing that everybody needs to focus here is this thing out here, which is predominantly your verbal ability and your logical reasoning, right? Now, these things itself can give you maximum marks. Again, the benefit here is that solving one question correct can actually fetch you 1.5 marks. Right, so let's say if you get everything correct, like 34 and 34, which is again, I mean, that's a little tough, but if you get it, then you're getting 51 marks on the spot. So I think this is something you guys now need to focus on. So I'm going to take you guys one by one. So we're going to talk about verbal, logic and quants step by step. What are the important topics we have and which topics need maximum attention from your side in the next 10 days. Now, quickly have a look at this entire table out here. I'm going to take you guys step by step. Your main focus should be on reading comprehension. Now, reading comprehension is again time consuming. So when I say snap, it is basically an exam which requires a good amount of speed. Now, my prediction says that your paper is going to be time consuming. So your paper is not going to be tough, but it's going to be time consuming. Why? Because it's going to be a bit lengthy this time. So RC is something wherein you can optimize your marks. So RCs, if you talk about snap RCs, you will be having questions which is based on the main idea, tone of the author, title, theme and couple of fact-based questions, right? So predominantly you will be having 2 to 3 RCs. They might increase number of RC this time. We are not sure though. But let's say if you get this, RC is going to be main kill. Now why RC is going to be main kill? See, it's a very kind of a trade-off. Now if you're not good at vocab, analogy, and if you're not okay with the another part of snap, then this is going to be your kind of go for, right? So I know RCs is something that I can mint marks from. I can optimize my score here rather than attempting analogies and vocab and some questions which is based on some stupid questions like parts of speech and all that, right? So rather than doing figures of speech and parts of speech and all that, it's better I focus more on RC because here I can actually optimize my score because it is fact based, is there, answer is there. I just need to find it out. And again, if I do this very well, then I'm actually keeping myself away from the negative marking. So that's the advantage of focusing on RCs a lot. So that's number one. So this is going to be something that you need to focus a lot on. The another important thing for the next 10 days is going to be grammar. Now trust me, people talk about grammar a lot. There has always been a fuss about grammar. Grammar is going to be straightforward. It's going to be school level grammar. So you're going to have subject verb agreement. You will be having tenses, something to do with conjunction. You can have questions based on articles. So the grammar is going to be on a very easy level. It's going to be medium level. It's just that why do we kind of there is a dilemma in grammar because number one, पहले तो उसको पढ़ना पड़ता है, right? So you have to read it, then you have to look out for the choice, and then we get confused because grammar is something we do not do on a daily basis, right? That's the reason there is a problem. So मेरे ख्याल से grammar is something that you guys need to focus a lot on for the next 10 coming days. If you take care of grammar, you should be sorted a bit. Now, जहाँ तक बात है spelling correction, this is again doable. Okay, this is might not be that doable because it requires a lot of rules from the grammar. But even if you do these many things out here, spelling correction तो हो सकता है आ जाएगा. I mean, I'm not saying that you will be able to do everything, but sentence improvement you can do a bit with these things out here. So vocab, again, when we talk about vocab, this is an ocean. जितना करोगे उतना कम होगा. Word power made easy करो, idioms करो, foreign words करो, कितना करोगे? You have only 10 days. We don't have 100 days with us, right? So यहाँ पे you need to understand whatever is under control, try to do it. Whatever you're not able to do, just leave it. As simple as that. And again, जब बात होती है इन सब पूरे segment की, इन segment में in a worst to worst scenario, 50% is absolutely manageable. 50% is absolutely manageable, and that's the reason यहाँ पे जब बात करेंगे थोड़ा सा stay away from vocab and analogies and all that. Now, the next important thing for you is going to be verbal reasoning. Now, why I want you all to practice a lot for verbal reasoning, because a lot of people leave all these things because it's so confusing. People leave it, but trust me, as far as Snap is concerned, the level of difficulty for your critical reasoning or verbal reasoning is going to be easy to moderate. Easy, round about 80%. Right? There are two line questions are there, easy and doable. Try to focus on this: course of action, cause and effect, conclusion, assumption, argument. Easy peasy. You can do this. Aram se here you can have 100% accuracy. I have already uploaded a couple of videos on that. You can do that. If you are not good at it, I am gonna coming up anyway. I have my workshops starting from this Monday for Snap. You can join the workshop and you can get these things done. Fine. So verbal reasoning is going to be the next thing that you should be focusing on for the next 10 days. Now, the another score improvement area is going to be your logical reasoning. Now, in logical reasoning, there is one disclaimer. Try not to put yourself into input and output. Input and output is something which is going to be a speed breaker. Trust me, input and output, every year I get this feedback. Sir, input and output में मेरा 15 मिनट गया, मेरा 10 मिनट गया. I lost my pace, I lost my rhythm in input and output. So input and output is going to be a death corner for you. So what you have to do is you have to get yourself prepared for input and output, but ज़्यादा focus नहीं रखना है, ज़्यादा confidence नहीं रखना है. I will always advise you to take input or output after 1 hour and 30 minutes. 1.5 घंटे के बाद इनपुट आउटपुट देखना है. इजी होगा तो लास्ट के 5 मिनट्स में भी हो जाएगा, टफ हुआ तो 15 मिनट में भी नहीं होगा. सो योर मेन एरियाज आर गोइंग टू बी सिलॉग्स, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. यू गॉट टू फोकस मोर ऑन सिलॉग्स, अरेंजमेंट, नंबर सीरीज, कोडिंग, डिकोडिंग, ब्लड रिलेशन, अरिथमेटिकल रीजनिंग. मिसलेनियस में यू कैन हैव विजुअल रीजनिंग. Miscellaneous you will have visual reasoning, right? So you'll have couple of questions on visual reasoning which is manageable, but यहाँ पे कभी कभी आपको मिलेगा कि यार incorrect questions भी दिए जाते हैं. मेरे ख्याल से IFT and Snap, these are two exams which deliberately will put in incorrect questions so that you consume your time there a lot, and then your time management goes on a toss. So number 1 is going to be RC, number 2 is going to be grammar, number 3 is going to be verbal reasoning, number 4 is going to be logical reasoning. Now, moving ahead with your quants. A lot of people are saying me that कि sir quants नहीं हो रहा है, कुछ नहीं आ रहा है, problem आ रहा है. See, as far as your Snap is concerned, your quants is always going to be dominated by arithmetic. I'm not asking you to do high level questions. See, simple सी बात है. Now GK is not there, right? तो कुछ ना कुछ ये लोग पक्का करेंगे. They might increase the level of difficulty, paper lengthy करेंगे. You will definitely see tough questions in quants. That is for sure. You will see tough questions in quants, and that's the reason I'm telling you that at least try to do basic of everything. When I say basic, I mean to say formulas. You have to focus on those questions which are formula oriented, and while you do this, you have to keep in mind something called as speed. So जहाँ तक quants की बात है, you will have to perform, you will have to try solving those questions which are बेस्ड ऑन स्पीड एंड फॉर्मूला बेस्ड. यहाँ पे आप DI की भी बारे में बात कर सकते हो, पर मेरे ख्याल से DI के 1 या मैक्सिमम 2 सेट आएंगे. मेरे ख्याल से 1 ही आएगा. 2 सेट आते हैं तो इट्स अ लॉटरी, बिकॉज देन यू कैन डू दिस वेरी वेल. यू कैन एक्चुअली ऑफसेट DI और अदर मॉडर्न मैथ्स विद DI, बिकॉज यहाँ पे यू विल गेट मैक्सिमम स्कोर. भले थोड़ा ज़्यादा टाइम लगे बट आपका स्कोर बढ़ेगा. 100% एक्यूरेसी यहाँ पे मेंटेन होगी. सो देट यू कैन फोकस मोर ऑन DI. बट जहाँ तक बात है आपकी अरिथमेटिक हैज़ टू बी डन. कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट रूल्स आना चाहिए, रादर यू शुड बी नोइंग द फॉर्मूलाज. अरिथमेटिक पूरा फॉर्मूला बेस्ड. जहाँ तक बात है PNC और प्रोबेबिलिटी नहीं आता है, छोड़ो. 1 to 2 क्वेश्चंस आर गोइंग टू बी देयर. यू हैव राउंड अबाउट 40 क्वेश्चंस इन क्वांट्स. Right, you really don't have to focus on something which is critical. Modern maths is going to be on a tough level, but again, अगर हमने basic करा है modern maths का, आराम से ये doable है. So as far as your geometry is concerned, numbers करना ज़रूरी है, but numbers के भी जो questions होते हैं वो basic आते हैं, इतना high फंडा चीज़ें नहीं आती है. So even if you are somebody who is not really good with all these things, arithmetic तो सर आपको करना ही पड़ेगा, because quant में जो combination है वो है quant plus DI plus DS. You're getting my point. So DS is something, again, I would say 50% DS will be doable, because कुछ data sufficiency के जो questions होते हैं, they are based on numbers and all that. So I am not sure whether if you are good at it, go for it. But at least for next 10 days, try to do these things which are going to be helpful. So reading comprehension, grammar, then you have your verbal reasoning, logical reasoning, data interpretation, and basic quants, which is predominantly arithmetic, algebra, basic. Right? Now, moving ahead with your mocks, I would advise in the next 10 days, write at least 5 mocks. You can buy C2C Mentorska mocks. We are actually making mocks. We have made those mocks exactly on Snap level. We have a new pattern mocks. You can buy those mocks around about 500 rupees is the price for the entire mock series. You can buy them. Give at least 5 mocks and analyze it properly as far as your Snap is concerned. But guys, for the next 10 days, do not try to put yourself into much into algebra, much into modern maths, much into the vocabulary and all that. Even if you do this much, you should be sorted. Your SIBM cutoff, according to me, is on a bit higher side. I'm keeping it 80 to 85 score out of 150, which is nothing but round about 55 to 60% of your paper. That's what you need to understand, and that's where I would advise you to at least do these things. You should be able to get good score. Fine. So 10 days, try to focus on these topics, and giving mocks, writing mocks is a must thing, guys. So please put yourself, give yourself some time for mocks and analyze them very well. And when you analyze them, try to focus on these topics. Try to get excellency in this topic. Try to increase your speed and your accuracy in these topics. Okay. So that's it from my side, guys. Thank you so much. I will be making a couple of more videos on Snap front, like D-Day strategy, 99 percentile strategy. So stick to my channel. If not subscribed, kindly subscribe. That's it. Thank you so much.